Hello, welcome back to Flute Salad. Welcome back to another video. Today, something a little bit different in Flute Salad Extra. Today, we're going to be ranking all of the title sequences within Doctor Who. And what I've done is I put some preference revealer and it goes pick between this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, blah, 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 blah. And then it orders them. You answer a billion different questions. You pick between different ones and it orders them from favourite to least favourite. Now, we're actually doing the other way. We're going to be going from least favourite up to my favourite of all of the different title sequences. Some of these were a bit of a shock when I saw the results. I was like, oh my god, really? This one is this slow down, or this one is this high up? It was a bit of a shock, but that's the way the results came out. Now, before we get into it, a little bit of ground rules. I am not counting the sort of little mini one-off intros, and what I mean by that is I'm not going to be counting like Capaldi ones when it's the Christmas special and it's got the, everything's snowy or there's the baubles flying around. I'm not going to be counting all of Matt Smith's different ones in Series 7A, and they're all different colours every single time and they're all got different logos. I'm not going to be counting them. I'm just going to be counting his standard intros. And I'm also, I'm not counting the one-off ones. I'm not counting the ones where the music is a bit different or the logo's different. For example, in the 9th/10th Doctor's ones, towards the start, when the Doctor Who logo spins on, it's silver. As it goes, and series 3 and 4, it's the sort of yellowy, lava-y sort of design. I'm not going to be counting them as separate things. I'm just going to count them as different. I'm going to distinguish between the Series 1 to 3 intro and the Series 4 one because the music is different. That is different, but I'm not counting just the logo being different. It's not different enough for me, and also the different names appearing. I'm not counting them as different. The actual proper sequences themselves, I'm counting as things. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, let's get started. In 19th place is the Third Doctor's second intro. Now, I was a bit confused as to why this was so low down. Honestly, a lot of the classic intros, until about season 18, I'm not really a huge fan of the music, so a lot of them are fairly lower down, honestly, because of the music. And also the thing where it's John Pertwee's figure, and he goes down, and, I just don't think that looks quite as good as when it's Tom Baker's face doing that. So anyway, this is his intro. Alright, and next we have the First Doctor's intro in 18th place. Again, something I was very surprised by, because this is the first, this is the original, this is the monumental intro. This is something that's crazy and mad, and the fact they made it look as good as they did back in the day is astonishing. But I don't know, something about it just doesn't speak to me. I have no idea what it is, but something about it I'm just not a huge fan of. I think honestly it's when it goes boop, when the Doctor Who logo comes on, you can see the background sort of loop. I'm not a huge fan of that sort of thing. But yeah, again, it's the same sort of music, the haunting sort of, almost eerie, evil music. Not the biggest fan of in the world. I much prefer more spacey sci-fi bits that gets onto later in the classic series. But anyway, here is his intro. And in 17th place, again, complete shocker, is the Second Doctor's intro. Now, I don't know why it's so low down. I really like the Second Doctor's intro. So I have no idea why this is as far down as it is, and it has his face in it. It's the first one that has their face in it, and I love that. I love them having their face in it. But yeah, it just placed a little bit low down, and I'm not quite sure why, but this is his intro. Next, in 16th place, again, another shocker by me, although I'm really not a huge fan of this one. I thought this one would be lower down, is the 11th Doctor's second title sequence. I just don't think it looks very good. I'm not a huge fan of the music and the music change. I don't like the crackling when the names are going and it says the logo. I don't really like how the TARDIS doors spin on. I think it looks a bit... I really like the idea of the TARDIS door spinning on opening to show the episode, but the actual way it came out, I think, is a little bit cheap looking, and I just don't think it is nearly as good as the Time Vortex. But here is his intro. Down in 15th place now, again, I'm really surprised this one's as low down as it is, because I love this one, is the third Doctor's first title sequence. I love this one. I have no idea why it's so low down, but I guess that just goes to show how much I like the others, to be honest. It's beautiful and bright and colourful and magical and amazing. I think honestly it's the music dragging it down. I'm not a huge fan of the music compositions. I much prefer it goes in later title sequences. But yeah, here is his title sequence, although this is wonderful. From here onwards, basically, I like them. I don't really have any major complaints with a lot of these. Actually, I do with some of them, and I don't know why it's as high up as it is. Number 11, you'll find out when we get there. But yeah, this is his title sequence. In 14th place now, we have the 4th Doctor's second title sequence that he had for season 18, when John Nathan Turner took over. Now, I love this title sequence, and I love the music. It's one of my favourite musics from any of the title sequences ever. I love the Starfield. I love the big lens flares on the stars as they go past. It's very, very 80s, and I'm in love with it. The reason this is as low down as it is because that picture of Tom Baker is awful. It's an awful, awful picture. It looks like somebody's just gone, Tom, and they took a picture, and as he looked around, he was just like, huh? And that's just what they use. I think it's a terrible picture of him, but the music is astonishing, and the visuals are amazing. Take a look. In 13th place now, we have the 4th Doctor's first title sequence, and this is placed a little bit higher than the other one. I'm not a huge fan of the music. I think, honestly, overall, I prefer his second sequence. However, the picture of him is so much better in this one, and just the general sort of effect of it, I think, is carried on a lot greater. I don't really like the music nearly as much, but I think what this one is going for, it is achieving a lot better than his second intro. Again, just because the picture in that second one is awful. Take a look. fittingly now, in 12th place, we have the 12th Doctor's title sequence. Now, I was shocked to see this one this low down. I don't really hate it. I don't have anything wrong with it. I don't have anything particularly nasty to say. I think the music is sometimes a little bit whiny. And I think the bit where the planets are circling around, I think that looks awful. I'll be completely honest with you. The bit with the planets, I think, looks cheap and awful and horrible. This is actually based on a fan title sequence, and I think the fan title sequence is so much better than this one. It's quite amazing. But I do enjoy this one, and I do actually really like this title sequence. I just, compared to some of the stuff that comes later in the list, don't think it holds up. But anyway, here it is. In 11th place now, shocked as high up as it is, as I said before, there's a one in 11th, which I don't think should be as high as it is the 14th Doctor's title sequence. Now, I really love the visual effects of this title sequence. I think it's a beautiful vortex. I think the TARDIS flying past and the names coming as the TARDIS wipes past them, genius. It's a beautiful, beautiful title sequence. Two things about it I hate, one thing about it that ruins it. One thing I don't really like, the zoom in. There's a shot. Oh, I'm sorry, there's two things I don't like, and one thing that I think genuinely ruins it. I don't really like how the camera cuts. I much prefer when it's one solid long take. I'm not really a huge fan of the camera cutting, although it's not the biggest issue in the world. I just feel like it kind of cheapens the effect, because we've never had that before in any of them. I don't like the zoom in. There's a shot where the TARDIS flies out of this little vortex and then through space and then back into the vortex again. Fair enough. It does a little zoom in on it, and it zooms in on it. Looks genuinely atrocious. Looks awful, and I don't like that. They later removed that shot, which is good. So the 15th Doctor's one is a bit higher, and again the 15th Doctor's one is a lot higher simply because the way the logo comes in this one, you'll see it when I play it in a second, is genuinely one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It literally spins in like a PowerPoint transition. It's awful, and it's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It looks flat and 2D and terrible, and I'm glad they changed it. But anyway, here is the 14th Doctor's title sequence. 10th now is some people either love this one or hate this one. In 10th is the 13th Doctor's title sequence. Now this is basically slap bang in the middle, and I think that's kind of the perfect place for it. Very mediocre. The visual effects on it are really good. The actual visual effects of it look amazing. Arguably, the visual effects in this one are better than the next one. I don't like the fact there's no TARDIS. I appreciate what they were trying to do in sort of mimicking the first, second, third Doctor's original title sequences, but for modern day. But I don't like the fact there's no TARDIS. I don't like the fact there's no vortex. I'm not a huge fan of the music. I think the music is not good, and it goes woo, woo, woo. And the drums are just way too loud in the music, and the actual doo bit is way too quiet. I'm really not a huge fan of the music in this at all. I think it would have been very easy. You could have had that bit at the beginning, and then where it goes, then you could have pulled the camera forward, been through the vortex, you got the TARDIS spinning around. I think that would have been better. You have the best of both worlds there. But yeah, very middle of the road for me. This one is the 13th Doctor's sequence. In 9th place now is the 6th Doctor's first title sequence. Now, this is actually very similar. It's got the same music as the 4th, second one, and the 5th Doctor's one. The reason it's placing a little bit lower, the little twiddly bits on the side is too much, I think. It's too much. There's a lot more sort of just stuff going on the side of the screen. I think it's too much for the sequence. I think it muddies it and takes away a lot of the charm and sort of effect that the normal sequence has. But here it is. Place now, we have the 6th Doctor's second title sequence, the Trial of a Time Lord title sequence. And the reason this one places a little bit higher is because the music is different. Now, I prefer the music of the first sequence, but the reason this one places higher, I think, is because they tried to do something different with it. They tried to go a different direction, going, okay, well, we need to take this in a different direction. This is a different series. We've got an overarching series plot. And, you know, we don't want to really be, you know, at this point, we're 2 Doctors behind when this music first originated. We need to start doing something a little bit more different, a bit more original. And I do appreciate that. And that's why it's honestly, maybe I don't prefer it to his first sequence, but it's placed higher because I appreciate what it tried to do a lot more. Seventh place now, very fittingly, is the 7th Doctor's title sequence. A lot of people hate this one. I love it. It's incredibly dated. It looks awful. It looks awful, but I love it, and I think that's sort of the charm of it. And I think it's the first TV show to use a fully CG, 3D environment CG title sequence. It's beautiful because it's kind of so ugly. The music, very different. A big departure in the music department. The sort of instrumentation is very different, but sort of quite peculiar, and I like it. And I adore the fact that the main bit of the theme is the middle 8, and you'll see what I mean by that when we get there. If you know, you know. But sort of all the other title sequences, the main bit is a bit where it goes do 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 do. That bit. The bit I love about this one is it focuses on the middle 8, and I love the middle 8. It's my favourite bit of any title sequence music, and it's a bit where it goes dun 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 da 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 da. That bit, I love that bit, and that's why this one is as high as it is. Here it is anyway. I've waffled enough. Place now, we're getting up to the top, we're getting to the top ranks, and honestly these next 6 could change depending on the day. One day I love this one, the next day I could be like, oh, this one's my number 1, oh, it's my number 4. All of these could change on a daily basis, but I'm just going to go through them in the order on the list. We have the 11th Doctor's first title sequence. I love the music. I don't think it's quite as good as the Series 4 music, but I love the music. The visuals of the clouds are really cool. The lightning striking the TARDIS is awesome. The reason this isn't higher is because of the lightning sound effect. Sometimes it's so loud that you can't really hear the music, and I think the music is the main bit. The lightning sound effect, I think, should be a lot more quieter. Honestly, you could probably get away with not being there at all. But I think it's a really good visual, and a huge departure from what we've had before. And yeah, I love it. Here it is. Fifth place now, we have the 15th Doctor's title sequence. Again, so much. There's the 14th Doctor was in 11th. This is in 5th. So it's 6 places higher. And that's simply because basically everything is exactly the same. The music's the same. The camera cuts are the same. The only things that are really different is the fact it doesn't have the zoom, and the title sequence is the proper bit where it comes in now and looks good and doesn't look like a PowerPoint presentation. And those things alone rocket it up. It would be even higher if it didn't have any camera cuts. If it had no camera cuts, honestly, you could be looking around number 2 or 3. But simply the camera cuts, I'm not a huge fan of. The music, the instrumentation, I love. Here it is. Really, really high. We're top 5 or top 4. We have the 5th Doctor's title sequence. I told you I love the music. I told you I love the visual. I don't know what it is. It's very simple. It's literally just camera flies forward, then Peter Davison's face forms from the stars. I don't know what it is. A very, very simple title sequence, but I love it. I really do. I love it. And I don't know why I love it so much, but I do, and I think it's amazing, and I just adore it, and the music is incredible, and the visuals are incredible. Here it is! Top 3 now. Number 3, and number 3 or 3rd, we have the 9th Doctor's title sequence, and also the 10th Doctor's first title sequence before we got the music change. This is how you bring back Doctor Who. This is the very first thing shown when Rose came on the TV, when Doctor Who came back after however long it's not been on for. That is the visual you get, that is the music you get, that is how you bring it back. That is how you start. It's incredible, it's beautiful. I love the blue, and I love how it goes around the corner and shifts into the red. I love the long surfboard logo. I love the TARDIS just jumping and flailing and spinning around really incredibly quickly. I love it. The music, I'm not a huge... I really love the music, but I don't like the bong, 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 the bit... You know, it's not the bong, ba-dum, bong, ba-dum. But it's the bit where it goes bong, bang, 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 bang. You'll hear it, it's especially towards the end. There's a lot of bang, bang, bang that I hear in the music, and once you notice it, that's all you can hear when you listen to the theme. So I'm not a huge fan of that, and honestly that's stopping it being a little bit higher, but it's incredible title sequence. This is how you bring back Doctor Who. Here it is. In second place now. Now we only have 2 title sequences left, and if you know what they are, you know what they are. If you've been paying attention, you know what they are. In second place, we have the 8th Doctor's title sequence. I love this. It's very clear this is what's inspired the 2005 intro, the 9th, 10th Doctor's one. This clearly inspired it. It's got the same sort of colour bits that fly past. You've got the TARDIS spinning through the vortex. I love the middle 8. Again, this bit focuses more on the middle 8, where it goes fucking, I love that. I love that so much. The reason it's not number 1 is because I think the next one it's just juicy. The next one is just juicy. But I love this one, and I really don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just amazing. I love the TV movie in general, actually. I'm a Doctor Who TV movie stan. I love the 8th Doctor. Paul McGann, mwah, he can do no wrong. Big Finish as well, you beautiful man. Here it is. And finally now, in number 1, if you've been paying any sort of attention at all, it is the 10th Doctor's second intro he gets for Series 4 and the specials. The reason this one is number 1, it has the beautiful visuals of the 9th Doctor's one and the 10th Doctor's first one. The gorgeous colours and brightness and just craziness of the TARDIS. It has that beautiful element to it. It also has just... the music is spectacular. I prefer to me so much bigger and heavy. You've got the violins and it's so much more dramatic and big. And the bit where the bit at the end of the sequence where the name of the episode comes up and then it goes in the music. Perfect. Unmatched, untopped, the unbeaten GOAT. I love this intro so much. Here it is. So there we go, there you have it. That is my list of all of the title sequences. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you not really care? Did you even watch this massive long video? Because I didn't think this video was going to be very long, but I've been recording for 20 minutes and I haven't even edited it yet, so it's probably going to be quite a long one. Did you expect this? Did you think this was the way it was going to go? I didn't. I didn't. I thought loads of them would be way different places than they've ended up being, but yeah, that's how it's turned out. And I don't think there's a quote-unquote bad title sequence in any of them. I don't think any of them are bad. The musical rules, even the ones of the music I'm not a huge fan of, I still like. Even the ones of the visuals I'm not a huge fan of, I still like. I don't dislike any of these, but the ones I love, I adore. I love them so much. But that's gonna wrap it here for today. Thank you for watching, and ta-ra!